Hi, it's Kathy Kress again, and we are doing Starting a GCM Business, and this is the second part of the YouTube series that I have, the playlist. And I just talked about competence, and I talked about the competence you have to have as a geriatric care manager clinically. But you also have to have business competence, because you can't run a GCM business and not have business skills. Often I think, why didn't I get an MBA? But I did get a master's that had to do with organization, planning, and administration, but I could have used an MBA. So, and you don't, again, I just said, you could have the MBA and hire a geriatric care manager that has all those clinical competencies, or you could basically be the clinical social worker coming into aging. You have a body of knowledge about aging and hire an MBA or partner with them. A lot of people do that. But you have to know how to write a business plan. You can't start this without a template. You have to know how to do a marketing study. Do you have enough customers? Can't start without customers. You won't make any money and get your kids braces. You have to know how to do a competition survey, which is who are you competing with in your market? McDonald's knows that. They know about Burger King. You need to know about the other geriatric care managers and home health agencies competing against you. You have to know about branding. Branding is really important. And 20 or 30 years ago when I started, that wasn't so important. It was important, but we didn't know. You have to understand the whole psychology of branding, or somebody has to advise you. You hire someone to do that. And that means that you have a message that goes throughout every printed technological word you say. You have to know social networking, and you have to know social technology. When I wrote my last book, I had no idea what it was all about, and I was taught by somebody because I had to know how to use blogs, how to use Twitter, how to use all that stuff. And that's part of marketing. Critically, you got to do it. You have to know services. You can't just say, I'm a geriatric care manager. Most of the time people don't know what that is. You have to have products within your geriatric care management agency and know what to offer. You have to know what databases to get, and you have to know technology. So you must have a market opportunity, and what's that about? You got to do a marketing study, and because you can't have a geriatric care management business unless 90%, you're working with the upper 90 percentile. Because then you won't have enough money to buy braces for your children. It really is a business for entitled people. And so you have to know that you have enough demographically in your area to do it. You also need to know, do you have enough referral sources? And that means hospitals, that means trust departments, it means elder law attorneys. You've got to figure that out, and that's what a marketing study is about. And you have to also know as I just said, what is your competition? And a competition survey is really important, and you have to know how to do that. That's how do you find your competition, and how do you measure why will they choose you as opposed to your competition? If you're a Burger King, why does somebody choose McDonald's? You have to have something different. And then I just said, do you have drive? Because you can't start a business without that drive. You have to have the drive to do three things. You have to have a drive to have financial gains. That's really hard for us social workers because we've always been taking care of people. Women too. I have a hard time with this. Do not go into the business, it's a business, unless you want to make money. And if you don't, probably don't do it. You can actually start the business if you want money, and you also want community recognition. That gives you drive as well. And you can go into the business if you want to make a difference, but you've got to want to make money and do those other things, my opinion. But there's positives to starting all this. You get a flexible schedule. I used to work 4 days a week because it's pretty overwhelming. You do for anybody that's a multitasker, you do a variety of tasks. You're always doing a zillion things. You're like the guy on Ed Sullivan. Most of you are too young to know this. He used to balance 100 plates. I can still see the guy. You get to join up with a whole lot of colleagues through the National Association of Professional Geriatric Care Managers, and it really is a fun business, but you have to have all those other things. So I'll see you next time. This is 2, we're going to 3. Go to my website, kathycrest.com. Thank you.